of faces, whether it's on the tube of you, whether it's on the gram of Insta, wherever you are creating content, you're probably creating content. And if you are creating content, chances are you want that content to actually convert into, I don't know, leads, maybe, I don't know, maybe sales. And if that's the case, if that is you, then I have got to tell you, we have a special treat for you today. I am bringing you a brand new training with 3 keys to setting your business up for success. I have to tell you, so many people are creating content that is not even turning into anything. It's just sitting there in the void. And that is the last thing that I want to happen for you. So we have got so much coming at you today. This is a brand new training, never been done before. I've got awesome slides I'm going to be bringing up in just a second. We're going to get started in literally 45 seconds. While we are here, I want to let you know you can give us nuggets below this little sucker here. And I'm going to be giving away a copy of The Big Leap, one of my most favorite books ever. This training is going to be about your content, but really it's going to be about your business and the ways that you can set up your business so that when you put content out there, it actually turns into results, right? We want you to build a life supported by your business. We don't want you to build a business supported by your life because you're spending all of your time creating all of this content that doesn't actually do anything. If we've never met before, my name is Molly Mahoney. It's so good to see you here. We got our countdown ready, and boom, we did it. Hooray. Yay. Thank you. Deborah has sprinkled this amongst her community. I love it. Cassandra and Cindy Lou are watching together. That is so good. So good. You have to understand the void. Yes, watch out for the void. All right. This is gold. I'm so stoked about this, and I'm going to pop this up into the stream right now. Shout out to CamFam member Charmaine, who showed me that Keynote now allows you to share your slides inside a window. If you've been on one of our trainings before, you know that I usually share my whole screen for just a half a second and then I bring my slides up. I did not realize that Keynote had upgraded. So my life is so much better because of this magic. So good. Okay. Are you ready for this? I'm ready for this. I can't wait. I've been literally freaking out over this all day. And I can tell you right now, my slides have an error on them right away. Whoa, how do I do it? How do I fix it? I can't. I got to fix my slides for 1 second. Ooh, look, that slide right there. Can you see it? Nope. That link on the bottom was not supposed to be there. This is what happens when you repurpose your slides and you just change your cover photo into something else. All right, here we go. We're going to pull this puppy up. Now I got to do this all over again, giving you just everybody a little extra chance to get here. Let me know where you are watching from in the chat. Also, let me know what is it that you offer in your business. I would love to know what you offer in your business. Put that in the chat too. So good. All right. Here we go. Da, da, da. We are officially starting. This is content that converts. 3 keys to supercharging your business. Are you ready? Dun, dun, dun. When we go back in time of social media, we can look back when AOL was first getting started. There was bullet board system launched. I don't even know what that is. AOL 1985. How old were you when AOL came out? Did you have an AOL, AOL email address? What was your AOL email address? Mine was Tapping Lindy because I was a tap dancing Lindy Hopper. What was yours? What was your AOL address? Little throwing of Kelly under the bus. When I met Kelly, her email address was an AOL email address. I'm sure she had others as well, but one of the main ones that she used was an AOL address. Okay, going on from there, we moved into Google and Blogger and all of these things happening. Do you remember this? YouTube came out in 2005. Facebook came out in 2004. Whoa, which seems like such a long time ago. Yes, Pamela, this is really live. I see that you're in Oceanside. Yeah, Christy has her AOL. Oh my gosh, I love it. Before the internet. And Amy is watching us on Facebook and YouTube. This is awesome. Blondie at AOL. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Oh, so funny. I love it. Okay. We then moved into Twitter, right? Twitter came out. Facebook opened to the public. all of these things. Do you remember when all this happened? And then we had Instagram was not until 2010, which seems so crazy to me. I got married in 2010, right? So we've had this journey of social media. I found this little timeline that led us all the way up to Meerkat and Periscope. It doesn't actually include Twitch, or is Twitch in here? I don't see Twitch. It doesn't include Twitch. It doesn't include TikTok. And I mean, now I was watching the other day, like there's some new reality show about like a streamers competition, all about people who use Twitch and play video games. Like the world of social media is rapidly changing. There's so much to keep up with that even knowing how to like click post on your content can seem overwhelming. I get that, right? It can be crazy to stay on top of the curve. I found this from Future Marketing. I loved this timeline. When we look at that timeline though, and we think, okay, now especially everybody's online, that's not changing anytime soon. How do we actually make sure that our content stays at the forefront of other people's attention, the news feed, right? How do we make sure that our content stays at the top? So I was doing some research on this just for you. And I found this stat. This was from Social Media Examiner. And I saw that they presented this information, which showed that there was a 20% drop in the ability to close sales via social media. Just recently, their most, like I got it last week is when I got this study. 20% drop in the ability to close sales via social media. What I found even more interesting, are you ready for this? Is that 70% of buyers say that they watch a video before they buy. So if you have a 20% drop in the ability to close sales, and you have 70% of buyers saying that they watch a video before they buy, and we know more people are creating content, this is where I think the problem is actually happening, is that there is more content going out there. There are more videos being created. There's more on the content creation side, that the consumers have so many options now. So they're being more careful really in the way that they choose to buy. Now here is the final stat that I'm going to share with you on this little triangle. And this stat is really the crux, the most important piece you want to pay attention to as we go through this today. And this is what we really can help you to switch. 82% of customers say that they want to be followed up with right away. So that means when you're putting out content and they're replying or they're asking, they want to be followed up with right away. And if they're not, they're going to go somewhere else and buy from somebody else who will actually reply to them, which is an awesome opportunity, but it also can feel a little crazy. What's happening is that businesses are talking at their customers, but they're not actually listening, right? Are you guilty of this? You want to talk with your customers. And it's one of the reasons that I love live video so much, whether you're doing live video on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever it is. I love this so much because it allows us to be able to reply to you right away, right? And if you're spending all of your time creating content, but you're not actually saving any time to listen or to communicate with your community, what good is that? Right? Okay, yes, and I love these nuggets. Keep the nuggets coming. We're giving away my favorite book, The Big Leap. It's true though, right? And how does it feel for you? So I know we were talking about this on a recent video, that when someone asks a question or says like, hey, this thing isn't working, and I actually reply and then I fix it, or I reply and I answer your questions, it's super, it's not only helpful, but it also allows you to feel like a person who's actually being responded to. And that's how we really create, ta-da, content that converts, is that we create content that's based on listening and having a conversation with our community. Now, you may be like, oh, tell me more. How do we make that happen? Right? And it may feel like, okay, but I'm actually probably going to be glued to my phone and not have a life. That is not the case. I would like to, if you know anything about anything that I do in life, you know that I have 2 little kids. I spend time with them actually doing things with my phone somewhere else, right? This is about creating that life for you, not a business that you're like stuck to. So this right here, this is the social triangle. And this, you may have heard me talk about it before. If you have, I'm going to talk about it again because it is the crux for everything that we're covering today with making these shifts so that your business stays relevant and that you actually get sales from your content. So the social triangle is twofold. One is it has to do with the way that you actually show up online and the way that you technically like use the platforms. It also has a lot to do with the way that you create the content, like the subject matter of your content. So here's what it is. It's if we just look at, we're going to get into the subject matter in a little bit, but if we just look at the platform itself and the technical use of the algorithm, here's what we find. Let's say there's a platform called the Book of Faces. Okay. So there's this platform called the Book of Faces and you want to get sales from it. You've heard that this can be like the ATM where you put dollars, you put $1 in and $5 they're spit back out at you, right? You want to see that happen. You have to actually show up on the platform, whether that means you schedule content ahead of time or it means that you as a human being actually show up. I have to say, sometimes I'll hear people who are like, I listened to one of your videos and I didn't get any results. And then I go look at their profile or their page and I'm like, dude, you've been posting maybe once a week, maybe once a month. You can't expect this platform to give you anything back if you're not actually going to show up. Now, this doesn't mean, like I said, you don't have to be glued to your phone, but you have to actually show up, right? You or a team member have to actually show up. First thing. Second, your client. So if you are playing on a platform where your client doesn't exist, it's going to be a problem because you're basically putting content out to nothingness. So you want to validate that your client is even on this platform in the first place, right? That's where the repurposing comes into play because you can show up on the platform and then you can repurpose your content to other platforms where your client is. So you want to make sure that they're there first, and you want to make sure that you actually engage with them. So if, like I said, that stat was 82% of people want you to reply right away. Full disclosure, I'm not replying to every comment right away, right? But we do have some strategies in place that help you to reply more quickly, help you to stay connected. And a lot of these things can be automated. It doesn't have to be something where you have to pay somebody to be there. You can actually automate a lot of this, which is really, really cool. Remember, the automations lead back to more human connections. But one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is they don't spend any time actually talking to their clients. Like, Noe, I'm so glad that you're here. Noe is a perfect example. Like, my kids sing songs based on Noe, who is a member of our community. And I actually see his Facebook stories and I reply to them. And then my kids hear about them because I think they're funny. And so I've never met him in person, but because he's a member of our community, right? And I don't say like on our list, he's a member of our community. And I actually have engaged with him as a human being. Okay, I'm going to give you ways to like speed this stuff up, but I just want to be really clear about this. Okay. Ooh, Kristen, thank you. Kristen has a great question. I'm going to come back and answer questions at the end. So thank you for putting that cue there because I'll come back to it. Okay. All right. The next thing is the platform. So like I said in the beginning, if you're not showing up on the platform, they're not going to give you anything back. I will also say they want you to create an experience that keeps people on the platform longer. So when you have a platform that is based on ad revenue and the ads can't be shown if people aren't actually on the platform, they want us to have longer conversations. They want us to have, episodic content. Like we just did this 3-day challenge. We've done a 5-day challenge and it causes people to come back and watch the videos again and again and again, right? They watch them in order. They keep showing up. And so the more that we can give the platform what they want, the more the platform will give us what we want. And so the platform sees, this is like, it becomes a circle because the platform sees like, oh, people are staying on your content longer. And then the platform sees like, oh, Molly's talking to Noe. We probably should show their content to each other. It's not rocket science. It's like, it actually makes perfect sense. But oftentimes we hear these stories of like a viral video that, went wild, and we pay attention to these vanity metrics. But what we don't realize is that person actually made no money off of that viral video, right? So this key, we're going to come back to a couple of times. Okay. I love the nuggets. Michelle, I'm so glad that you're here. So good. Okay. This is the social triangle. Do we get it? You got it? Give me the words got it if you got it. Okay. Also, we talked about this a lot recently when it comes to like tech stuff on social media. It can feel like, oh my gosh, what's happening? I have to say, with our clients, I notice sometimes some of the things that I'm going to share with you today before they learn our systems, simply talking to people is the thing that seems difficult. Like it can be crazier. It can cause more anxiety to think like, oh, you have, if someone said to you, hey, Denise, I have a lead for you. Here's their phone number. Go call them. What would you say? You'd probably be like, okay, cool. There'd be some excitement and some fear. If I said to you, hey, I have a list of 500 leads, go talk to them, you may get a little freaked out. So please do whatever you can right now to repeat after me. This is so easy. And when you do that, you may actually get a messenger bot trigger because I just realized I didn't change it from last week, the last one. So you may get a messenger bot and that'll be fun if you do. So there you go. This is so easy. So keep in mind, this is so easy. And anytime you notice like, oh, how am I going to do it? Just no, this is so easy. I have kids that I actually spend time with. I go to bed at a normal hour. Okay. I promise I've got systems that'll keep you in line. Yes. Okay. It's not about more content. It's about less content and more conversations, right? Conversations that lead to conversions of someone becoming an actual lead, like they give you their email address or their phone number, or the conversion of $1, right? Conversations that lead to time. And it can feel overwhelming because you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to have the time to do this? So what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about conversations that scale, like this guy, Mr. Rogers. I actually had my Mr. Rogers mug this morning, but it's sitting on the other side of the room. It's so easy, man. I love it. Okay. So Mr. Rogers, right? Mr. Rogers had a conversation with one person. And then what did they do? They distributed that via the magic of TV land, right? But he didn't say, hey, everybody in the neighborhood. He said, hey, you, right? You having a hard time with your messenger bot today? Let's go to the robot factory. I wish Mr. Rogers would do a video for us right now. Right? So he spoke to one person but he also, he spoke to your heart, right? Same thing with, there's so many people we could mention like this, but it's such a great example. Okay, really quick, I want to show you some of the ways that we've done this. So this is a video, you may have seen it. I'm going to show you again how easy this can be. This is a video that we did on how to avoid getting flagged for engagement bait. Check out these numbers, 561 likes, 1,200 comments, and 81,000 views, and 150 shares. Now, keep in mind, if you would like to sprinkle this video amongst your community, if there's a way for you to share it, I would not mind if you wanted to do that, right? To me, when someone shares your content, when someone shares our content, that means that they are willing to put their name on our content, right? Their reputation based on our content. That means that's like the best thing that anyone could ever do for us. And I'm going to show you here how you can make this happen. And not only how you can get numbers like that, more importantly, how you can actually turn numbers like that into actual sales, right? Okay. And these comments, you may see yourself on here. These comments are actual longer comments. So you notice I obviously was doing a nugget giveaway on this too. And you can see the nuggets are longer conversations, right? So the longer conversations, those longer nuggets, that tells the platform that we're having a conversation. It's not like okay, give me a 1, give me a 2, give me a 3. They're not little tiny comments. They're longer comments, meaning that we're having that conversation that I mentioned, right? So good. Okay, so those conversations, let me tell you about those conversations, because what we've realized is when we have a video, when we have content that resonates with our community and we repurpose and repost it, we see a 6x increase in engagement. That's why a lot of you were with us recently for our repurposing challenge and why you jumped into our repurposing program that we created. Right? Because when we do this, we see a 6x increase in our engagement. Those are stats from my Smarter Queue. Like I actually went through and looked at the numbers. It's bananas and it's saving us time. So we're always keeping in mind that when we are creating content, it's not about what happens in that individual moment when the content is first released. It's about creating that lifelong, I'm going to move this for a second, sorry, so I can see you. Okay. It's about creating that lifelong library of information, library of content, right? Every video that you create can be turned into so many pieces of content. And with a strategy behind that repurposing, it can also turn into the product itself. So we have a case study that literally just finished. It's not even finished yet. It's like we're in the middle of this case study as we're recording this live. If you're watching this in the replay, by the way, give us the word replay below. This replay will be available here on this platform through the end of the week. We're going to be taking it down at some point later, but maybe we'll bring it back for a little bit. So if you're watching this in the replay, let us know that you're in the replay. We want to come connect with you. And just so you know, with a strategy, let me be really clear about this. Your content can actually turn into something that you sell. So is this working right now? Like, is this a strategy that's like new? And like I said, yes, right now. So this week we did 3 videos. Last week, actually, we did 3 videos as part of a 3-day challenge. Many of you know, because you were there. It led to over 115 sales and 1 new product. Now, here's the thing. I started this challenge and I was like, this is going to be valuable. We're going to bring in community members. It wasn't something. Let me be super honest with you. And I'm going to go full screen for this. I'm going to be super honest with you. I have felt a lot of pressure from my friends, from other like leaders in our space to do this big, huge event. I felt like, so this time of year, we usually do an event at my home, but we're not doing an event in person this year. So I was going to try and do it online. And there was this stuff within me where I was like, I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't what I wanted to do. I like missed in-person events and I didn't want to try and recreate something online, even though I know a lot of people are seeing great success from that. So I decided I told our Glam members that I called this my spaghetti launch. I decided that I was going to do a launch where I just threw the spaghetti at the wall. I used the principles that I'm going to go over with you today, but I didn't go build anything crazy. Okay. I did a 3-day challenge where I taught a lot of information. And on Thursday, which was the first day of the challenge, I said to my team, I've been wanting to create this repurposing program for like over a year now. I've wanted to create this repurposing program, but it didn't fit into our schedule anywhere. I knew that we had the opportunity to do this challenge. We were promoting one of our favorite tools in video. So that was cool. And I thought, what if I just do our sell it first system on Saturday and I give people the chance to be able to buy the recordings. Plus it'll force me to actually create the program I've wanted to create. So I announced it during the video on Saturday. I haven't created anything yet, y'all. All I've created were those 3 videos that I did. It was about 4 hours of content. It's really good. It's really juicy. There's templates there. Everyone who purchased at the founding member rate, over 115 people, they're getting the replay of the challenge that I took down. So you are getting something crazy valuable. The price is going to go up. It's a huge benefit for our community. And it's like this, it's the perfect living proof of the social triangle at work, right? It's so good. Like so good. Okay. So, now I lost my window because I moved it to the side. There it is. Okay. I hope you're seeing how this works, and it's like living proof that it's working right now. And if you joined the program, if you did join us, let me know, because I'm just so thrilled to be able to support you in this. So let me know in the chat. Okay. So cool, right? If you want to see, this working for other people, I just want to give you a little snapshot of some of our awesome clients. So these are some of our Glam members and private clients. This is Laura Reich. She is a Pinterest. Ooh, did I just lose my slides? I clicked a button. Sorry. Okay. Laura Reich is an amazing Pinterest expert. Fantastic rock star she is. She brings, some of her clients are like this little company called ClickFunnels. She helps amazing people to up their results using Pinterest. Also, Sarah Campbell, who is a business coach for music studio owners, voice teachers. She has been in Camera Confidence forever, is now a member of Glam, and is rocking it using our systems. Sean Oliu, who is a member of the new Mickey Mouse Club. It was so fun to be able to help him to up-level his social media so that he could book, a spot as a member of, like as a Mouseketeer, an actual Mouseketeer. What? So good. Selena Sue, you may know her. We've been able to help her with bots and videos. She brings her clients rockstar results as in the world of publicity. Also, Kim and Ryan, who we helped sell leggings, they went from 15K a month to over 60K a month selling leggings using our systems. Andrew Byrne, who is a vocal coach who also released his first book this year, he had a goal that was a pretty hefty goal with lots of zeros behind it. And that was his goal for his lifetime sales of the book. He 2x 2.5. He did 2.5 the results with our systems that I'm going to show you today on his book in 6 weeks. It was his lifetime goal. He double and a halved it in 6 weeks. So good. And you may know this guy, Jeff Walker. Hello. It's been so fun to be able to help Jeff and his team. We've helped them with 2 launches now doing social media strategy. And I can't even count the amount of numbers that we were able to help him generate with his awesome use of social media, live video, having conversations at scale. So good. So if you're like, yeah, let's go. I love these gifts. Look. You're like, let's go. We're going to dive into exactly how you can do this. And I just want to say right away, if this is something that you know, okay, you've already shown me that this works. So I just want to know how you can actually support me. I want to let you know that you can actually jump on a call right now. I'm going to, look, I put this little thing here. This is going to send, ta-da! That's going to send the link to be able to book a call right into the chat. And if you know that you want more support, that's our Glam fam. If you know that you want more support, you can just grab that, apply for a call right there. We actually only have a handful of calls open this week. So make sure you grab it soon. Okay. I think there's some of you that maybe, I don't know. So I'm going to go through a little recap of who I am and why you should actually trust me in all of this magic. So this is me speaking at Social Media Week Austin several years ago. I also have been featured at Social Media Marketing World. I've been in the opening keynote for the past 4 years, I think, doing a really fun musical networking spoof. I've also spoken there about how to speak on camera and how to create messenger bots to boost your business success. You may have seen me as the host of a show for ManyChat. I hosted a Meet the Speaker series for ManyChat, our favorite bot building tool. And also I host a show for B.Live called Camera Confidence Live. So you may have seen me there too. In case you didn't realize, I also am a cheesy musical theater head. So that's me in the blue dress singing Toot Sweet, the bonbon you blow on the whistle you eat on the national tour of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. While we were on tour, my husband and I we got engaged in Chicago and then decided we wanted to pause our performing careers, and we launched these 2. So we moved out to California. I then opened a vocal coaching business. I was teaching dance and directing musicals and teaching knitting and crocheting and running a confidence program for the city of La Habra. And I found that I had a pile of busy balls. Have you ever had a pile of busy balls? They seem fun at first when you're like, yes. And then you're like, oh no, I'm drowning. It's like a ball pit, right? Where you're like falling in the middle of it. And I realized this was not scalable. I was not spending any time with my kiddos. It got so bad at one point that I was on my way to go see the live taping of Newsies, which you can now see on Netflix. One of my students was in it. And when I got halfway out the door, I actually threw up because I was so exhausted. Not okay. So I slapped some stuff together. I started working with a few different coaches, and I realized this is not the life that I want to lead. And I launched Camera Confidence. So we switched everything. And rather than me working at 10 different places at once, teaching performers how to have a business, I switched everything and started teaching business owners how to perform. And that's when Camera Confidence was born. So Camera Confidence is another perfect example of that social triangle. And what we're talking about today, when I launched Camera Confidence, we ended up going from before it was created, some of you may freak out to learn this, but before it was created, it was $47. So it was an empty group with a spreadsheet. That's what I had. And I launched it for $47. I then followed the strategies that I'm going to give you today. And we ended up generating $50,000 in sales from one program. What? There was a couple people who up-leveled to a higher level coaching, but we didn't have anything else like ready to go. It was that they asked for private coaching from there. The price of Camera Confidence continued to go up over the years. It's now a full coaching program that is way more than it was when it first started. And really, this is what I'm showing you today is exactly how we did generate $50,000 in sales by using social media and the strategies that we have here. So we also have another program called Glam. So where Camera Confidence focuses on your videos and how you show up on camera, how to create live streams. Glam is a full business coaching program. So we focus on revenue, visibility, systems, and the impact that you're making on the world. So Glam stands for Go Live and Monetize, as you can see right there. We have some members who have now been with us in Glam for 3 years, which just honestly makes me cry because I love this community so much, and I'm so grateful for the Glam fam. If there's any Glam fam members here, hello, let me know that you're here in the chat. I love it. And Amy Rhea, you scheduled the Glam Claw. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I love you, girl. That's so fun. Okay, so that brought me back alive. Imagine that. We then added in the magic of messenger bots. This is Kelly, our director of education. And when we added messenger bots into the mix, things got so fun. And that's really when it totally took off. So I'll share a little bit about that too. All right. Oh my gosh, we've already had so many nuggets. I love all the nuggets so far. We are now going to dive into these 3 keys to building your business online so that you can turn your visibility into sales. There was a time when I was at Social Media Marketing World. I was walking with a friend, and another speaker from the event walked up, and he was carrying this huge box. And I was like, hey, I didn't say hey. Actually, I didn't know him. I got excited. I didn't know him. I knew who he was, but we had never met. My friend was like, oh my gosh, you guys should meet. And that's when I said, hey, it's so good to meet you. I was really excited because he actually is someone who has huge numbers. He's an amazing human and does so much good in the world. And he took this box. He had this box here. And and my friend who was with me said, how you doing? And he had this box, and he was, I'll never forget this moment. He set the box down and he said, I am awful. I was like, what? And he said, I honestly just overdrafted paying to be able to get these boxes from the post office because I don't have enough money to even pay the $30 to get these. It was a box of books, actually. So he was like, I had to get these books out of the post office. And he had to have these books for the signing that he was doing at the event. And we were both like, wait, what? And he said, yeah, I've got all of these results. I've got, these different platforms are highlighting me as their biggest user ever. And I cannot monetize this. And my heart broke into a million pieces because he's a good person, first of all, doing amazing things. I have goosebumps now everywhere telling the story because I was heartbroken knowing that he was putting all of this effort in and not able to monetize it. So I'm going to show you today how you can actually monetize the efforts that you're putting out there and recognize that when you make a sale, that is when you make the biggest impact on your customers and your clients because they're actually able to, make that exchange of energy and step into the potential that they have to have the transformation that you're providing. So good. We're going to do this. The number 1 key, are you ready for this? Is that you have to decide to decide. Little shout out to Andrew because this, when did you decide that GIF? I searched for a GIF about belief because we're going to be talking about your beliefs. And our Glam member, Andrew, popped up in the SEO. He had it optimized on Tenor. So I was like, Andrew, you are amazing. Okay. There are so many beliefs that you aren't even aware that you have. You are making decisions every single day, every single minute, every single hour. And when it comes to growing your business, I am telling you, I don't care what tactics you have. I don't care what Facebook ads platform you think you're, whatever course you took to make your Facebook ads work really well. If you do not actually believe to the core of your being that this is happening, it's going to be a lot harder to make it happen. So you have to decide that this is happening. And it's not something that you decide and then you change your mind, because if you decided and then you changed your mind, you didn't actually decide, right? And I love Andrew's point here is that your stories, your talking in your own head is actually something that you've decided at some point. And guess what? You can change your mind and decide something else anytime you want. So I'm going to walk you through 5 ways to deepen your belief. Now, you might not have thought that we were going to be going into this today. We do have some very technical, content-y type things coming up, but I really wanted to get started with deciding and deepening your belief. I also want to say that I think we're going to, I'm trying to keep an eye on the time. We're going to go a little over an hour today, just so you know. Okay. So you want to deepen your belief so that you can show up and say yes and actually make this stuff happen. You know that quote, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. It's true. So here's the 5 ways to deepen your belief. 1, set a very clear vision. Yeah, we are doing a new visioning exercise in Glam coming up, and I'm so looking forward to it. It's being really clear about exactly what it is that you're trying to achieve helps you to keep going, helps you to make better decisions when it comes to how you're marketing your business. Okay, number 2, create goals that are based on your actions. So if you're creating goals that's like you want to have your first 10K month, let's say, or you want to have your first 100K month, let's say, that's great. And what are you doing to make that happen? So one of the things that we do for our clients, and this is something that I do for myself, is we have a goal tracking spreadsheet. And this goal tracking spreadsheet, you're not only tracking the sales that you're generating, you're tracking the actions that you're taking in order to make those sales happen. So those of you who are in Glam know this, right? Totally. You can see, are you showing up and putting content out there? Are you following up with people? Are you making offers? If you aren't, you're not going to have the dollars, right? So you want to set goals based on your actions as well. Perfect segue into the consistency leads to clarity and results. So when you show up every day and put things into action, even if you don't move closer to your goal, you're going to learn something that's going to bring you clarity, and that is going to bring you closer to your goal. So consistency in your action is what allows you to see like, oh, this is happening, right? And this is a big one. You want to surround yourself with the right people. I have some good friends who really challenged me when I launched this business. Like, you're doing what? How do you have the credentials to do that? And you know what I did? I just deepened my belief, and I found people who were on the same page, right? So surround yourself with people, the right people, so that you actually are moving forward, right? That are going to celebrate you and help you to see what's possible, even when you don't have that belief. Okay. And then this is a really big one to me. I almost wrote it a little differently because, I have my little stand for joy is my thing, but it's true. To find a solution, find the good in everything. Let me explain this. When something goes wrong, right? And I'm not even going to say it's going to go wrong. I want you to recognize you're so lucky. Say I'm so lucky in the chat. When something goes wrong, doesn't go the way that you wanted it to or the way that you planned it, start by finding the good and seeing how you can capitalize on that. Then we'll figure out what wasn't working and we'll fix it. But if you can focus on the good first, I'm telling you, your results are going to happen at a more rapid pace. This is gold, just so you know. Are you with me? Do you agree? I hope you do. All right. Those are the 5 keys to deepening your belief. And if you can't see the possibility, let me hold the faith for you. This is something that we talk about all the time. And last year, actually, at an event here at my house, one of our Glam members, Sarah, stood up and she shared on the microphone. She shared this on the microphone. And I asked her this, but the girl. I told her today, I was like, your name's not on it. Can I share it? But I think she's going to be okay with it. So here we go. I just said her name and I did not mean to. But she said this on the microphone and it was all recorded. So we're okay there. I try to be careful about that. Okay. She's here now. She's also an amazing member of our team because I finally ended up just hiring her because she's so awesome. So this is the conversation. She said to me, I'm nervous. This is when we were getting, I had messaged her about up leveling from camera confidence into Glam. And she said, I'm nervous I won't be able to make the commitment after 1 month. But even if that happened, I'd still follow you like crazy and hope to join again in the future. So she's saying that by the time the second payment came in, she wasn't sure if she could do it. And she said, it's seriously been on my list. And what time is your call on Friday? I told her, and I said, the whole reason that I'm doing this is because I know that fear. I know that fear of not actually having, I can't believe I just said her name. I'm laughing at myself, but whatever. Okay. The whole reason I'm doing this is because I know the fear. I know, I understand that. And I've had people in my life do the same thing for me. And so she said, and now I'm crying, good crying. And I said, you don't need to have that faith. We will hold it for you. And she said, thank you, friend. Your faith and kindness means the word. I'm trying to spread joy. Whatever, And then she said, sign up, girl. Let's do this thing. So she shared this and shared that me saying like, I'll hold the faith, that I would hold the faith for her. That sometimes is enough just to know that somebody else is going to hold that bar higher for you. And I know there's some of you who are here right now that we've had this same conversation. I've got enough faith to hold the bar for you, just so you know. And if it's not me, somebody else does. I'm sure of it. All right, number 2, map out your client journey. This is one that so many people skip because they just think like, oh, I'm just going to throw the spaghetti at the wall. Just know, when I throw spaghetti at the wall, that is strategic spaghetti, right? You want to make sure that you've mapped out your client journey. So when it comes to creating content, why do we even need it in the first place? Let's talk about that. It brings in leads. It brings in power partners. It brings in speaking opportunities, market research, sales, all of this goodness. Now, when we're creating the content, what happens next is what most people miss. So this is pulled straight from our GLAM program. It is the GLAM client journey. And it is a circle because little things can happen where people might bounce around inside this client journey. But what you want to make sure of is that you have the circle actually completed so that it's not like a bucket where someone's pouring in champagne and champagne is falling all over the floor, right? You want to make sure that that beautiful champagne glass is holding all of the wonderful bubbles of your leads. But if you're missing one of these steps, there's a good chance that you have a broken glass, right? Okay, so we're going to start up in the top with the awareness. This is the entry point, and this is where content oftentimes will bring people in the first place. So this is the awareness, the entry point. They now know that who you are and that you're here. If we're meeting for the first time today, by the way, will you give me the word new? Because I love knowing that we're meeting for the first time. I always find that so fun. I have a feeling a lot of you I already know because I'm seeing your names, but if we're meeting for the first time, let me know. Okay, so there's the awareness entry point. Then people are going to move into, for the most part, people will move into this consideration phase. That means you need some sort of lead capture tool. It means you need some sort of lead capture opt-in form. That's like where someone goes to a landing page. Like if you go to videocontentplan.com, you can put your name, your email address in, and you can get our video content planner. At that point, you're going to see an opt-in thank you page, which is going to say, hey, you have this planner. Would you like to join us for a free masterclass? That is moving them into the next step, right? Your opt-in page, your opt-in thank you page, you want to optimize that. And from there, you want to have some sort of email, text message, messenger, whatever, nurture sequence. This is a huge place where I see people make a mistake because people will bring in all, like even if you go to let's say you go to a speaking event, same thing. It could be that you just, I have this bag of business cards that I use as an example sometimes because it doesn't have to be a fancy tool. It can be a bag of business cards that is your lead capture tool. We like to use digital tools for this, but it works with a bag as well. So what happens is though, people will collect all those business cards, they'll collect the information, they'll bring in leads, and then they'll never talk to people again. So you want to have something that is set up, right? So that they can continue to be spoken to. We have ways to do this very easily. You have to build it out in the first place, but it works on its own. Okay. Same thing, messenger, SMS follow-up. So you're going to follow up with people. Then at that point, they move into the sales and purchase phase, right? They get to a sales page at some point. This is another one where I see people make such a huge mistake that they don't ever make offers. What are you doing? You have to actually make offers if you want to see anyone actually purchase from you. Then from there, you're going to go to the sales page. Thank you. This is the place where people mostly are like not doing well because someone will buy from them and then they'll never talk to that person again. When someone buys from you, you now have liftoff. That is an awesome opportunity. So there should be something on the thank you page where you talk to them. Then you should have some sort of welcome sequence. Then you should ask for referrals, or you should ask them to buy from you again, right? But most people, all they really focus on is the entry point. Sometimes all people focus on is the sales point, and they're not even doing any content. They're just asking for sales, which is going to stop you from getting sales. What's really cool is that people could come in through your awareness point and go straight to the sales page. I believe that's what happened for a lot of people on our repurposing challenge that we did, because it was such a specific promise. It was a great price point, and it was a specific delivery of like what they were going to get. So people could come in and then buy right away. That's not going to happen every time. We've had people join like a $20,000 program that way, coming into a masterclass and then calling me and saying, hey, I want to sign up for, someone signed up for done for you services from a masterclass. It can happen, but it's not the general main way that things happen. So you want to make sure you've built out this client journey. And this doesn't have to be something that is super complicated or uses a lot of tools. We have ways to do it super simply. Okay. So good, right? Are you loving this? Okay, I hope you're loving it. Really quick, I want to show you the way that we do this is through the Map to Millions. So the Map to Millions is we do a video mostly every week. Some people do it every other week. Some people do it once a month. We suggest to get the best results, you do a video once a week. You tell people it's happening. You show up and you talk to them on the video, and then you move them into your Facebook group, your email list, something like that from there. What's really cool is once you get this system down, and we have templates and everything for this, you can also build out that library of content. So that middle section that says schedule your video with Be Live, that middle video, when you go live, boop, it can turn into all these pieces of content, which lead people back into the system. So it creates this awesome ecosystem that just like sustains itself, and it's awesome. So good, right? It may make you feel like that's crazy. And I totally understand. So I want you to keep in mind, one live video a week can turn into 5+ types of content, right? That's content that leads you to start a conversation that leads to sales, right? And those 5 types of content can then be multiplied to turn into 100 pieces of content. We don't do this all right away at once up front. You start by creating the videos, and then you can add this, over time, you can create more and more content from this. It is amazing. And that's content that leads to your products and services by showing up and doing just one video. Hello, but what if the content when you first create it stinks? I get that, Charlie. So in order to create content that actually converts, you want to have these things in mind. You want to create content that solves a problem with a solution and then creates another problem. That opens up the opportunity to buy from you. Yeah? PSP is what that's called. The next thing you want to think about is the tree of beliefs. The tree of beliefs is awesome because it allows people to go further and further up this tree of things that they need to believe about you, about the type of product that you're offering, about themselves, and about the actual current state of life that we're in, the current climate of what's going on, right? Like a year ago, people may have thought, digital marketing, don't really care about it. Well, in March of 2020, we saw that everybody was like, oh, shoot, I think I need to get on this digital marketing thing, right? That's all about the things that people believe. And so if your content can speak to those beliefs and help them to believe things they need to believe in order to buy from you, huge. Okay, speaking to objections, if you know why your people won't buy and you can create content that leads them to squish those objections, it makes the offer so much easier. It's real good. Okay, you also want to give your content some shape, some SHAPE. Now, I don't have time to go into all of this, but we have a content system, those of you who have been to our content workshop, you know this. We have a content system that ensures that when you're putting content out there, you're speaking to the human connection piece. You're speaking to making sure that people know that you are the authority in your space. You're making sure that you get some engagement. Like I said, we don't have time to go over the whole thing today, but you know that you want to have a content strategy that is not just one lane. It's all encompassing, right? Okay. And then what, Mama? Charlie says. Can I just say I've used this photo in, I don't know, maybe 50 slideshow presentations, and I just keep leaving it there because I love it. Charlie says, and then what, Mama? Tell me what to do next. I got you. I'm going to remind you about these stats from the beginning. Social Media Examiner, in their most recent updated version of their marketing report, said that there's been a 20% drop in the ability to close sales via social media, right? They also said that 70% of buyers watch video before they buy. So it seems like those two things wouldn't actually go together, because if people are watching videos before they buy, shouldn't there be an increase when people are using social media? But no, because more and more people are creating social media content, but they are doing it badly, right? And 82% of the customers say they want to be followed up with right away. How many people have you dropped without following up with them? You probably don't even realize it. That's one of my favorite things to do for clients who are like, I don't have anyone to talk to. I'm like, great, open up your Facebook account. They screen share. One person on a glam call, I found like 250 people for her to talk to. They were all qualified leads. Seriously good. Okay. Now this is the part where you get to have a dance party. Have a dance party right now, because I'm grabbing my charger. Have a dance party because I'm going to show you how to fix this. Are you ready? Follow up. So this third business success key is that you follow up consistently. Now, I know I shared with you earlier that sometimes simply talking to people is a thing that makes people go like, oh, I can't do it. So I'm bringing this back. This is so easy. Tell me below. This is so easy. It's so easy. When you have a system and you've decided, you've got your mind, your beliefs are on, right? And I'm going to share with you, this is like top secret information. Every person who joins us in Glam gets this laminated sheet with the Daily Star system, the Daily Star tasks. And I'm going to share the Star tasks with you right now. Those of you who are in Glam know that this is like a really big deal, because this is one of our really awesome components of Glam. So here it is. The first thing you do is every single day, they are called Daily Star tasks. Every single day, you set your intention. And on this little sheet that you get when you join us on Glam, it says set your intention for the day, and you fill it out, right? The next thing is, the T is for talk to people. And what we have on here is, I'm going to post in there's little numbers you can fill in. I'm going to post in groups. I'm going to respond to comments and post on videos. I'm going to message potential clients, different ideas. We have like a very fully sussed out version of this as well. But you can simply just write down, I'm going to talk to 5 people today that are potential power partners, potential clients. I'm going to talk to 10 people today, whatever that number is. Set it in your intention in the morning. Ask for the opportunity. How many offers are you actually making? Most of the time when people tell me that they're not making sales, I say, oh, how many offers did you make? Well, most people say, what do you mean offer? Like, oh my gosh. And they're like, well, yeah, I offered someone a free gift. Like, no. I'm talking about like actually asking people to pay you money. How many did you make? How many offers? How many times did you ask for the opportunity to work with you? Right? So you identify, hey, and this is where it goes back to the goals that I was talking about earlier. You set goals based on your actions. Because if you set a goal, I'm going to make $1,000 in sales this week, that's a great way to lose belief in yourself, because you didn't set goals for your actions. If you set a goal that is, I'm going to make 2 offers a day for this whole week. I'm going to make 2 offers a day. That's going to get you closer to that sales goal. And by the end of the week, if you don't hit your sales goal, at least you know you made the offers, right? Okay. Then refer and ask for referrals. So this can be as simple as, hey, our next round of Glam is opening up next week. Do you know anybody? I'm looking to connect with experts and influencers. I'm looking to connect with coaches. I'm looking to connect with, top level boutique owners. I'm looking to connect with people who have courses. I'm looking to connect with whatever. You message that thing to a friend and you say, do you know anybody who'd be interested? It's a really easy way to start talking about your offers. Half the time you're going to find that people are going to say, what about me? I want more information. It's a really easy way. Okay. And this final one is, the S is for share value or a personal story. Again, back to the beginning. If you're not consistent, if you're not showing up and saying, like, actually giving something to the platform, you're not going to see results. Okay. Is this like Star tasks? Come on. Are they really good? They're like the greatest thing I think ever. And yes, I love Facebook ads. Yes, I love funnels. Yes, I love all of that. And this is going to move the needle more than any of that. Hands down. For reals. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people are like, Molly, can you give me the tools and the templates? Because once you start, when Kelly and I first started doing this, we used like paper and a book and you wrote people's names down. I know that once you start really getting this in place, I can tell you, and especially where I'm at now, where we have a team that helps us with this, and you may want to get to the place where you're able, or you may already be at a place where you have a team and you want to delegate some of this stuff. It becomes important to have tools and guidelines in place. You can't just spaghetti this, right? So I'm going to give you some of our favorite tools. And I want to remind you that with the tools and the templates, it actually really doesn't matter if you don't have the other stuff in place. You can get these tools, you can get these templates, and if you don't have the other stuff in place, or you have an offer that's poopy, it's not going to work, right? You've got to make sure you've got an offer that's actually valuable as well as a part of this. So here are our favorite tools and templates. Okay, tools, your friends lists, which most people don't even know what that is. So if you don't know what that is, come to another training and I'll show you, or join us in Glam and I'll give you the whole system. Google Calendar, put it in your dang calendar, yo. Set aside the time in your calendar. And if you don't have time in your calendar right now, go 3 weeks from now, set aside the time there so that the time is saved for you when you get there in 3 weeks. Okay, chatbot and SMS. We use ManyChat. You can go to thepreparedperformer.com/ManyChat to get ManyChat. It's our favorite tool for SMS and chatbots. We also use a tool called Group Track CRM that allows us to add tags and internal notes and follow-up systems for our Facebook everything and Facebook Messenger. It's called molly.live/awesome. And it will blow your mind. It's not called molly.live/awesome. It is Group Track CRM. One of our Glam members created it, and it is amazing. But you can get it at molly.live/awesome. And for email, we use ConvertKit. I find that ConvertKit is so easy. We have some clients who use like ActiveCampaign and Infusionsoft, and I'm like, and I love techie stuff, but ConvertKit to me is just the perfect, easy thing. You can build landing pages. You can build email follow-up. There's a great free version. It is awesome. Okay, now templates. I just want to show you that in Glam, check this out. Whoa, what's that face? We have all of these templates that we've created, and I can't give them to you because they're in our Glam program, but we have them, and it's possible to be able to templatize this stuff so that it's simple. If you have a good understanding of marketing, you can create your own templates and guides so that it's systematized, right? It's really good. Then you have to actually show up. It doesn't work if you just sit here and learn this and you don't actually do anything with it. So the 3 keys to success that we covered today are deciding to decide, mapping out your client journey, and then follow up. I like that one. Right? So how are you going to put this into action? First of all, answer these questions in the chat. Have you decided to decide? So this decision could be, I'm deciding that I'm going to support this many people and, to change the world. I'm going to have this many clients. I've decided I'm going to sell this many things. I've decided I'm going to show up and commit wholeheartedly to building a multiple 6-figure business. I'm going to commit wholeheartedly to building a 6-figure business. I'm going to commit wholeheartedly to building a 7-figure business. I'm going to commit wholeheartedly to working 2 days a week. Whatever it is that fits in with your life and your goals, decide. And don't let anybody pull you off track. Okay. Let me know. And we're going to come back and do questions at the end as well. Okay. If you've decided, give me the word decide in the chat. Do you have the community and support? So answer this question. Do you have people that you can turn to? We have an awesome group inside Camera Confidence when it comes to up-leveling your video strategies, right? Glam is an amazing community for everything that we do in business. Do you have a community like that? It doesn't have to be the community that I, celebrate with. It can be any community, but do you have a community? Answer for yourself. And then look at your business, and are you guiding your potential clients down a path, or are you just haphazardly throwing things at the wall? Is there a clear entry point? We have multiple entry points, right? We've got several different ways they can join us. Do you have one at least? And once they come in, do you have a way to follow up with them? Are they going down a path, or are you just spilling champagne on the floor? And do you have the tools, templates, and direction? Now, you can get tools, templates, and direction a lot of places, right? But if you don't look at that that client journey, you don't know where the holes are, so you don't even know what to ask. Yeah, so answer these questions for yourself. And if you answered yes to all of these questions, awesome. And now ask yourself, what might stop you? Where might you get stuck? And then when you find that place that you might get stuck, ask for support and then move into action, right? But if you're like most people, you probably at least hesitated. You said, no, like I'm not following a client journey. No, I'm not following up with people. Or if you're just not quite sure, maybe you don't even really know what it means to like do an email nurture sequence, for example. You have to decide that you want to actually get that stuff in place. And that can be by hiring somebody to do it for you, bringing in a VA to help you set that stuff up, or it can be hiring a coach and a consultant to help you really get those things in line. And we would love to support you too, right? So I get questions all the time, especially inside Camera Confidence, also out in the world, like, what is this glam thing? So I just wanted to take a little opportunity, now that we have those 3 keys, I want to take a little opportunity to share with you. This is the most information I'm going to share about glam out in public than I've ever shared about glam. So I couldn't decide which screenshot I wanted to use. We have a lot of fun in there. So I grabbed a lot of screenshots. These are some of our amazing glam members. And you've asked about the Glam Fam. When I talk about the Glam Fam, it is about Go Live and Monetize, our year-long coaching program. And I am now going to tell you, is that okay? Would you like to learn more? I hope you would. I also want to let you know that at the end of this training, I have something really cool that I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a little deep dive, like secret training on how you can use those friends lists to be able to organize your Facebook profile so that you can find people to talk to about your business offerings that you may not even realize are there. So you want to stay to the end, because I'm also going to show you one more secret little hack that's going to allow you to be able to take the people who have engaged on your business page or on your videos and really up-level them through that client journey. So don't go anywhere. All right, here's what you get as a member of Glam. First of all, you conquer confusion, because I think confusion is the number one thing that stops us from actually moving our business forward. So with your own specific strategic marketing plan that's customized for your business. Number 2, you're going to take massive action with clear step-by-step tactics that you can easily follow and implement. And when I say action, we are on it. We even have a hat that says stay in action. I think you've seen it. We're like, do the things. You're also going to attract your ideal clients using the 5-pillar glam marketing approach. So this goes back to that shape framework that I shared earlier, where the content that you're putting out isn't in one lane. It's really like the points of a star. I thought of it earlier, right? You're really attracting people by creating content that is using this 5-pillared approach. Also, you're going to get support and accountability with regular check-ins, progress tracking, and booty kicking. So as I shared earlier, we track actions. We track sales also, and we track it in a way that is like everybody can see what's being done. And this isn't something that I'm like, let's not talk about the actual results that you're getting, because if we don't talk about the results that you're getting, we can't help you. So it's a thing where we track the actual actions and the actual results so that we can move you closer and past your goals. Also, speaking of going past your goals, you will be catapulted forward by daily inspiration, support, accountability, and an amazing community. I love Kamiko, one of our members, shared the other day. She said, Glam Fam isn't just like a catchy name. It's a real legitimate thing, because the members of our community, they are there for each other. And this year, I can't express how grateful I am to be surrounded by these humans. It's so awesome. Okay, you'll also stay ahead with cutting edge tools, etc., and social media techniques so that you can stay ahead of others in your industry. As you know, I love techie stuff so much so that I usually jump into things before they're actually working, like before they're fully ready. I love the beta. And by me jumping into things when they're in beta mode, it means that I will figure that out for you and bring you the latest cutting edge techniques that actually work. Also, you'll get, hello, the signature prepared performer, contagious energy that you won't find anywhere else. Like, for reals. And that energy is not just me. That energy is balanced by our full team of coaches and support. So you've got me, crazy lady. You've got Kelly, who is our director of education, who is definitely more, she's a college professor and going to keep you in line, right? We also have Beth and Jordan are in there supporting you as our specialist and our advisor. You've got Sarah, who's doing video feedback every single week. It is awesome. And it's so amazing. Okay, you're also going to get the tips, tricks, and nitty-gritty tactics on the topics you need to know about growing your business faster with less effort, covering everything from branding to social media foundations to scaling systems and sales. And I want this video to stay slightly evergreen, but I'm going to say that we are getting ready to release a whole new section about bringing on team and how to have your systems in place for your team so that, like, some of our members, one of our members recently had a baby, another is leaving to have a baby, so that you can actually run your business and also your life at the same time. Okay. Energy overload, Marcus says. Okay. Here's how it's delivered. So monthly private coaching calls, that's one call a month, private on your own. It is valued at $6,000. We also have leads into sales. And so this is I'm giving you the actual times and everything of this, just so you know. Replays are always available inside the program. We have every Tuesday, we meet at noon for 2 hours. We do a training that is a deep dive training at the beginning, and then we move into laser coaching, and it becomes more of an implementation work session. It is awesome. We focus on revenue, visibility, systems, and impact. And it's each month is kind of focused on one thing that we're going to walk through, which is so good. Okay. We also have coaching hours every week. There is a specific time every week where you can come on and ask anything that you want. Anything, right? It's awesome. That's valued at $4,800. We also have awesome action accountability. So this is one of my favorite things. Every Friday, we meet with our Zoom on silent mode. And it's literally time for you to protect to work in your own business. So Kelly and I, or one of us is always there to answer questions in the chat. We are all working together. It's like a co-working space on silent, and it is awesome. People have said that this is one of the most valuable things because they have that time protected to actually move their business forward. Whatever that thing is that you put off, whether it's making offers or doing videos, you can do it during this time. You protect that time. It's good. Okay, we also have tech strategy support at a high-level mastermind group 5 days a week inside the Facebook group. It is awesome. This Facebook group is for our Glam members plus my private clients. So we have a few private clients who are in there as well. Such an awesome group in there. And that's valued at $1,200. We also have a monthly mindset call. So as I shared earlier, if your beliefs aren't in check, your business is not going to grow. So we focus on that. Once a month, we have a call to recognize those gremlins and get them out, right? That's valued at $2,400. And the total value so far is $21,800. And I actually have more. So bonuses that are so good. The first bonus is access to all of our current courses. So for those of you that are already in one of our programs, the really cool thing is, I think we'll probably do this, and we'll do it until we can't. But right now, we are actually allowing you to take what you've already spent on any of our other programs like Camera Confidence and put that towards your Glam membership, which is pretty dope, right? So if you have already invested with us, we're going to put that towards your membership in Glam because we really care about the results that you're getting. And if you're ready to up level for full business coaching, we're there for you. Okay, we also have 2 events. Let me just tell you, we did more than 2 events this year just because I threw extras in. But we have at least 2 events where we recalibrate, take action, and ensure that your business is on track. This goes from everything to, we did a delete and delegate day where we went through that Glam client journey and we dug in and saw, like, what do you have? What don't you have? What do you have that's a hot mess and needs to be cleaned up? And we made a list so that you know when you're going to, where you'll start and how to work through that. That's just one example of one of the extra bonus events that we did. These events are awesome. They're valued at $10,000. They are like ridiculously amazing. And we also have the content to client system. So every member, when they join, they get their content to clients document that becomes basically your business Bible. It's a shared document between us and you, and everything that you do in your business is like beautifully laid out in there. We have a new member who recently launched a dance membership, and he went through this system. And I said, the cool thing is, as you're launching this program, all the copy that you need is really going to be in here. And he had never had an online business before. He now has over 70 people in his membership, which I am freaking out about. It is so good. And he said one of the most valuable things that he did was this document, because he didn't have to think about what he was going to write on his sales page. Everything was written inside this document. It's amazing. Y'all, thank you, Drew. I love you. Drew says, ready? Let's pull this up. Y'all, Glam is life-changing. Like, for reals, yo. Okay. So content to client system, so good. So good. You'll also get the full Map to Millions content syndication system. So if you're in Camera Confidence, you've seen a glimpse of this. We help you at an even fuller level inside Glam. You'll also get all of our new programs that come up out in the future. But this is how we take people from announcing the video is happening, to doing the video, to getting them into your list, or your community, and how to actually syndicate that content, getting it on other platforms. So the total value now is at $40,391. And there's more. There is one more bonus that is one of my absolute favorites. It is called the Money Map Call. So this Money Map Call is where I walk you through this magical spreadsheet that really allows you to see the proof that the proof that your ability to generate revenue at a higher level is possible. And it shows it in actual proof. The cool thing is, it's to be able to generate revenue and actually have a life. Who would have thought, right? It's possible. It is possible. This month, we are starting our next round this week, actually, at the end of this week. So if you want to book a call, you got to book it quickly. We start a next round at the end of this week. And this is one of our members we have a little chat for the clients who are coming in. And one of our members wrote, Money Map Call is on point. And then someone else said, holy cow, Money Map is, right? And then the other person said, I told you, because it's a really powerful, amazing call. Okay, so if this sounds interesting and you're wanting to know how to get started, again, you can apply for a Glam Growth Acceleration Call by going to theglamcall.com. And the way that you can get access to that, I'm going to put this on solo for just a second. And now that link should be in the chat, so you can grab that link in the chat. I also want to say that when you do this, you'll actually be filling out a little application. You'll book your time, fill out the application. If we can tell from the application that it doesn't seem like it would be a good fit, we'll let you know, and we'll give you some content to point you in the right direction. If it seems like it might be a good fit, then what'll happen on this call is we'll dive in, ask you some more questions just to make sure, get you all the information, and we'll make sure that no matter what, even if you are ready and you're in, all in, amazing. If for some reason it feels like it's not a good fit after we have this call, then what'll happen is whoever you have the call with will end up pointing you in the right direction. So we have a whole suite, a library of content that I've given my team permission to pull things out of, and they can point you in the right direction with a piece of content that we've snuck out of Glam if you book one of these calls. So no matter what, you will leave this call with value and a best next step. So just to make sure you know. Also, you may be wondering at this point as well, like, what is the investment? So obviously this is not free. It is a full coaching business where we are with you, supporting you along the way, moving to that next step. And so I'm going to tell you, you will not pay $40,000. You saw that the whole program was valued at $40K. You will not be paying $40K. And guess what? You won't even pay $20K, right? So just know it is not something that is cuckoo cuckoo. It's not $40K. It's not $20K. And we have we have crazy awesome payment plans that make it super easy to get started, especially for those of you that have already been in our programs. Like I said, you can apply that into the Glam membership. Those of you that haven't been in our programs know that we have two really cool things that we do that are different than I know any other program out there, that makes it really easy to get started so that you can start making more sales right away. so that you can start making more sales right away. We have I could go into details about it, but I'm not going to. If you have questions about it, put it in the chat. Okay. And if you pay in full, you'll get unlimited 15-minute calls with me while supplies last, while I actually have time. So this is a really awesome thing that we've been able to offer for people who pay in full for the whole program for the year. And the way that it works is you have a link to book a call with me. And the call is to cover one specific question. And I will give you one specific assignment at the end of that call. Before you book the next call, you have to actually do the thing that I said for you to do, right? You implement the thing, then you book another call. So some people end up booking calls, more than once a month. Some people, they'll go like 3 months and not need one. And then they're like, oh, this stuff is happening. So then they'll book a bunch of calls back to back. So just know that this is available for you if you want to pay in full. Really cool. Okay. So once again, how to get started is to go to theglamcall.com. Now, at this point, I would love to answer any questions that you have here. I also would love to show you this little secret trick on how you can unlock. It's like my favorite way to really unlock the algorithm on your Facebook page so that you can organize your contacts and the people who come and engage with your videos. This is what has allowed us to generate over $2 million in sales. It's been pretty cool. I also have one other thing that I want to share with you, which is I put together these awesome screenshots. Where are they? Oh, here. Okay, I'm going to load a couple of these screenshots into my BeLive account, just like right now. Okay, so tell me the questions that you have. So good, so good. I'm going to scroll back and see. Yes, I love it. Amazing program. And you have to be, I'm going to say and, not but. Deborah says, but you have to be ready and you have to be ready to do the work, right? Make the decision and go for it. Thank you, Deborah. So awesome. So what's the investment? So we have different options. We have options that range from when it comes to joining Glam for the full year. If you want to take the option to work with us at a private level, if you want to take the option to work with us at a one-on-one level in like a VIP setting, all of those we kind of include in our Glam thing. So book the call and we'll share with you those different options. And I'm telling you, it's not 20K. So there you go. You know that. And we have payment plans. We have a couple of different ways. I can tell you more about the payment plans because we have a couple of different ways that make it really easy to get started. So there's one payment plan option that is just $500. You can get started for $500 and then it's monthly payments of $500. There's another payment plan option we have, which we're doing right now. I don't know if we'll do this forever. We have another option where you make your initial payment and then you wait 2 months before you make your second payment. What that does is we have a system. It's a 5-week process that every new member goes through. So by the time you're at the end of the 5 weeks, you're in the point where you're, ready to generate revenue or already generating revenue. Like one of our members from last month, she had done, $3,000 to $5,000 within the first week because of following the system. And we start the program. Thank you, Kristen. Ooh, Kristen, can you repeat your other question that you said earlier too? We usually start the program once a month. We have it so that it's closed. It opens once a month and then everybody comes in at once. So right now we have what we call the Glam Green Room. The people who are in the green room right now are so amazing. I am really excited about it. And our next one starts on Friday. So we usually start the first Friday of every month. I don't know. Some months we skip a month because of like family stuff that I have going on. So it depends. But this month we already have a really great group that's ready to go. Okay, I'm going to bring up this other thing, and then I'm going to show you my Facebook profile and how you can actually organize your Facebook profile. It is like seriously gold. Okay, watch this. Okay, are you ready? Ready. Check this out. Wait, there we go. I'm like all of the whispering. Just save this. Oh, there it is. I wanted to show this. Okay, here we go. The file is loading. Here we go. I wanted to load these earlier. So, let's change this little format here. I'm going to make this full screen. I clicked the wrong button. Full screen. Okay, check this out. Funny story. As much as I whined about upping the price, Kelly and Molly told me to, I have to say they were right. Shocker. I sold 20K in 1 week using the very system I was worried about asking people to pay $19.97 for. What this week has made me realize is that clients pay $19.97 for me to teach them the system is a steal. And since Molly told me to give them lifetime access to the coaching, that means it gets cheaper the longer they stay. Such a better way to look at my offer. Thanks for helping me remember the way I sell is worth it. Thank you, Molly and Kelly, for forcing me to get out of my own way. Ugh, and yay. Also, this is just a good testament to tracking your numbers. It totally helps you realize your value when you see the money. So good. And so that is one of our glam members who, like I said, was tracking things, was getting on the calls with Kelly and I and listening when I kicked her butt. Right? So good. Okay, let's actually look at I'm going to hide this and we're going to look at my Facebook account. I'm going to go behind the scenes and I'm going to show you. I got to hide it. Where is it? Go away. Okay, I'm going to screen share it. We're going to go to my Facebook profile. Ready? All of the things that are awesome. Wait. So this is the friends list secret magic trick. We call this organic retargeting. And it starts on your Facebook, your basic Facebook account. So watch me do this here. Ready? Here I go. Okay. I'm gonna pop this into the screen. I'm also, while I'm doing this, I am gonna pop this into the screen too. So that link, look, that link to book a call. If you want to book a call, when I looked earlier today, there were only 4 or 5 spots left this week. So if you don't see that there's a time to book a call on there, message me and I'll make sure that we get another spot open for you. Okay, check this out. Here we go. Kristen, I'll come back to that question. Any other questions? Keep them coming because I can be here for another like 10 minutes or so. So here I am on my personal profile. Now, what we do in order to do those star tasks at a rapid pace is we go over here and we click on this little guy right here that says friends lists. If you don't see friends list right there, you can go down here and click see more and it will be down here. This is just one of the nuggets that I love to share. So I go to friends lists and in here, you know how your news feed gets like crazy banana pants with negative stuff and things you don't actually want to see? Ooh, your see first has moved to favorites. How cool. Thank you. Okay. So I have all of these friends lists created. Now, most people don't even realize this exists. Here, if you look at the friends list, you can see way back in time, my wedding is on the friends lists here. So I love this. Okay. My wedding is on there, proving to you that I have been using this since 2010. So this has been around for a real long time. So we go in here, right? And we're going to come down. I'm going to go, there's a whole suite of different types of friends lists that we suggest that you have. One of those is Power Partners. So check this out. When I click on Power Partners, all of a sudden, magically, I have a new friends list of just my Power Partners, people who are serving similar clients, right? I've made a list of 117 people for my friends list. And when I go through this, it makes it so much easier to actually do my star tasks, right? Rather than like looking at Facebook and being like, oh my gosh, who am I going to talk to? I have the same list of Power Partners, or a same list, like a friends list that I call Elevate, which is people that I know I want to elevate to the next level of business. Super cool, right? Oh my gosh. Now, what happens here? I can like this post, right? And I can say, yes, vision. We were just talking about this today because we were. Now, what happens when I comment on Rachel's post? She gets the notification that I commented. The people in her thread also then see me, right? It's a way to elevate my authority because I'm there talking with Rachel. I liked and loved it, whatever. So that goes to her too. Super awesome and super easy. The other thing is when I go to do events, I can invite people just from one of my lists. So if you want to know how to create these lists, you can, in here, just click create list. And then you type the name and then you can start typing people like Amy. Let me see if I can put you in here. There you go. I could do all of my Amy's. I could do a list of Amy's. Oh, Amy and Amy, you both really like each other. Right, now I have a list of Amy's. And then I start that and I can strategically network with people. So this is one of those things that is the just one little tweak in the systems that we create so that you can actually do needle moving activities, take your business to 10K a month, 30K, 40K, 50K, 100K, whatever it is, in order to build the life that you love without sacrificing the life that you love. It is really good. So good. Okay. Kristen says, where do you find the demographics for all the platforms? So there's a bunch of different ways that you can do this. If you start on your own, first of all, the first thing I do is I start with, where do I actually want to show up? What platforms do I love? And that's where I'm going to start. Right. And then from there, you can look at the insights. So you can see, like, let me screen share again, and I'll show you a couple of really cool things. Our main platforms that we use are Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So I can show you that there. We also use a tool called SmarterQ, and the analytics on that are really great, but we use the paid version of that. Let me show you on your Facebook profile where you can see some of that. So if we're here and I go to Facebook, I'm going to go to, I think that might actually be right. Let me not screen share for a second. I just don't want to show client stuff, so I always get a little hesitant. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to go to, if you go to your business manager on Facebook, you can go to audience insights, which is really cool. And you can look at actual demographics. But honestly, and I'll show you where that is, but honestly, even if you know what type of person that you serve, hold on, let me find this thing. You don't even need to use a tool. You can just go to the search bar on Facebook and search for the people that you're looking for. That is actually, I will say, that's one of the things that is the most underused, is that you just search. I'm going to show you how to do that too with this. Hold on. I'm telling you, a lot of the strategies that we teach, this is so easy. It can be so easy when you know the right doors to open and when you have the actual foundations in place. So that's where that content to clients framework that we go through sets you up so that it is easier to know where to go to find people. And so that when you do that, you're looking in the right place. So before we even get into some fancy place on Facebook, you can just do this. If you know that you're serving musical theater moms, just search musical theater moms. And then I'm going to go groups. All things musical theater, a musical theater appreciation society. All these things show up, right? If I know that I'm looking for health, if I'm offering healthy living, then I'm going to click groups. Ta-da! Fit and fabulous lifestyle. That's an ad, but right, I can come, there's all these groups. So obviously I can see that they're there, right? My biz page into a fan page so that I can do polls. That's probably in the template section, Pamela, I would say. Hey, Anne, I'm glad that you are on YouTube. So good. Rebrandly's analytics, totally great. Can you tell me quickly about Group Track CRM? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can, and it will blow your mind. Okay, let me show you this audience insights thing really quick. So here inside, this is just the Facebook version, but all of the platforms have things like this. I can actually do this. What is that little bubble? That's new. I can do this with my own page. Not all pages are able to do this, but when I put my own page in there and I go to page likes, check it out. All of my demographics, this is the people who actually like my page. I can see right now it's set on United States, but I can make United States go away and I can look at the location on my page. Well, top cities, top countries. So we're obviously mostly in the US, but this is also where you can tell if people have used shady marketing techniques, because sometimes we'll bring on a client who has, one time one of our clients had their whole audience was in Venezuela and she was like, I don't even speak, what is happening? And it's because she had hired an ads manager who promised to get her all these likes. We ended up having to, there was a male client of ours who didn't know it was happening. The female client of ours was like, because I don't want her to think that I'm throwing her under the bus if she hears this, but she caught it first, actually, told us about it. We ended up scrapping that entire Facebook page and starting a new one because she had used shady the ads manager that she had used was shady. Okay, so I can see all these demographics about my own page. The other cool thing is I can add in down here, I can add in other pages. So I can like look at interests, social media examiner, and I can see the stats on social media examiner, who they like. Ooh, that didn't show up there. Oh, funny. Weird. Anyway, you can see all sorts of things there. All right, let me show you group track CRM really quick. Are you ready to have your mind like actually blown? Watch this. And then this is the last thing we're going to do. I did this huge video in camera confidence today, so my voice is like going away. Okay, are you ready? This is so good. And yeah, Denise, you can separate out your family. Totally. So you can have a list of people you don't want to see things and you can block them from stuff. Oh, so good. Oh my gosh, we have to do our nugget winner too. So those of you that are still here, I'm so grateful for you. I hope you have taken the time to book a call because we would love to support you in our GLAM program. And I would love to give away a copy of The Big Leap. So if you have nuggets, share your top nuggets from today below this video right now. Okay. While you're doing that, are you ready? I don't know, Marcus, you might actually fall off your chair when you see this. Okay. Are you ready? So our content repurposing challenge, the video's expired, but we still have these homework posts here that I need to clean up. So let's say I wanted to specifically follow up with everyone who participated as an active member in our content repurposing challenge, because I am looking at my client journey and I'm recognizing these people opted in, they are now here, and I am going to nurture them and talk to them because 82% of people want to be followed up with, right? Watch. Okay, I'm going to the top of my group. I'm going to click this little guy right here. Are you ready? You're going to freak out. Watch. Everyone, every profile in my group gets this little thing next to it. So cool. Now, I'm going to be really specific here, and I'm going to tell you if it has, I'm going to zoom in. If it has a little plus sign next to it, that means they need to be added into this group. So like, let's look at Tracy. She's not actually tracked in this group. She's tracked somewhere else, but she's not tracked in this group. So I could click on that and then get her to be tracked here. I want to try and find somebody who's not tracked yet. Oh my gosh, this means all of you are tracked. BC, okay. So she has a little thing right here that she's not actually in group track yet. I'm going to click on this. That just added her to group track. Now I can click here and I can set the stage. So when I set the stage, we're deciding, is she a new member? Have we connected? Have we sent a message? Did she request a resource? Is she paid and in camera confidence? Did we send her a call link? Has she booked a call? Was the call completed? Was the offer made? Did she confirm yes? Did she pay Glam Fam? Is she in Glam Fam and now is ready for the next level of something? Is she a power partner? All these different things. So that is amazing. So I'm going to mark her requested resource since she's inside this, the challenge, right? She's participating in the challenge. From here, it gets even cooler. I want to see your reactions right now. Are you freaking out? Are you freaking out? Is this the coolest thing ever? Okay. So now from here, I'm going to click view notes and info. We just added her, so she doesn't have anything in here yet. Oh, that's Simon. Shoot. Whoops. How did I do that? Okay. So she doesn't have anything yet. A lot of people, if they're already in our paid programs or if they entered their email address when they join the group, their email, maybe even their phone number is going to be here. Amazing, right? And are you ready for it to get even cooler? So in Glam, we actually have this all mapped out so they know exactly how to use it, because I can pull this up and I can send her a message based on a snippet that I already created. What? So there's little templates in here that are based on different things. Like there was a post that I did about this journey repurposing and content client. If I click on that, it will create the message for us. I know you're freaking out right now, right? You may have gotten a message like this from us that was actually part of one of these little snippets here. Yeah. And it makes the star tasks so much more easy, right? Then I also could say, hey, reach out. When to do it? Today. And then I could add a time, set a time. Today at 1:00. It's already 1:00. 2:00. And I wanted to send me a text message to remind me to do it. I'm going to create that task. Then I could actually tag her based on what she's already in. Is she a client? Did she request stuff? What's her business type? I can put in that she's a coach. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Does that make you freak out? Yeah, I know. That's just a sliver of what we're doing in Glam. So one of our Glam members actually built that tool. She is amazing. And I know. So if you want access to that, I'm going to put it down in here. It's just molly.live/awesome. I may have said so awesome earlier, but I don't think that's right. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, molly.live/awesome. So good, right? So good. I know. Okay. So, and we have full templates, like we've got documents and spreadsheets that you can use for the same, that do basically the same thing. But if you use group track, it just makes it, it doesn't fully automate it. It just makes it automatic so that you go bloop, bloop, bloop. It's super easy. Okay. This has been awesome. We start our next round soon. I hope that you're at least thinking about it, and maybe you have some more questions. Just reach out and let us know if you have any more questions. We would love to support you there. We have members who are joining their 3rd year of Glam, and I just, like I said, it's just the best group ever. So yes, nugget, decide and show up. All right, we're going to pick our nugget winners. Ready? I'm scrolling. Yeah, and Tara, we open up Glam once a month. So it's usually the first Friday of the month. Sometimes, like in December, we may not. In depending on different things that are happening, we may skip a month here or there because of holidays and stuff. But we do have one coming up. So just so you know. Okay, Catherine, it's so good to see you here too. Will you please give my love to your family because they're awesome. Okay, ready? Woo woo! Carol Johnson, good to see you too. Okay, I'm gonna scroll and I'm gonna stop. And our nugget winner. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's a nugget, but it's an empty nugget. But I think I'm going to do it anyway. Nicola, are you still here? You said nugget. I would like to send you a copy of the Big Leap. Are you here? If you're here, let me know in the chat. And you can email us at molly@thepreparedperformer.com. Say Big Leap and give us your mailing address so we can send it to you. So good. So awesome. So awesome. Biggest nugget is decide and show up. Yeah, it's been my absolute joy to help you to unlock your inner awesome and get these 3 keys to business in place so that you can get out there and change the world. Thanks so much, Molly Mahoney. I'll see you soon. Bye.